Are you missing easy clays? Do you feel rushed, then somehow still late? Here's the truth: 90% of beginners aim wrong and don't even know it. They blame lead, timing, or the shotgun. But the real mistake is simpler and more damaging. They're aiming when they shouldn't. In this video, I'll break down the exact mistake beginners make, why it feels so hard to fix, what good shooters do differently, and one simple change you can try today. Watch all points carefully. The mistakes you're making will get fixed. Like, subscribe, and comment below. And let's clean up your shooting. Number 1. The biggest mistake beginners make. Most beginners aim a shotgun like a rifle. It's the most common mistake, and the most costly one. They stop the gun. They stare at the barrel. They try to line everything up before pulling the trigger. And on the surface, that feels logical. That's how we're taught to aim almost everything else. But a moving target doesn't wait for logic. A shotgun is not designed to be aimed in the traditional sense. It's designed to be pointed while moving, with the eyes leading and the gun following. The moment a beginner decides to just aim it properly, the gun slows down, the swing tightens, the eyes drop from the target to the barrel. That single moment of checking is enough. While you're trying to line things up, the clay is still flying, and by the time the shot leaves the barrel, the target has already moved on. That's why most beginners miss behind the target. Not because they're slow, not because they don't understand lead, but because they interrupted the movement. Good shotgun shooting depends on flow. Once that flow stops, timing collapses. So if you've ever felt like you were right there, but still missed, this is likely why. You didn't miss because you aimed badly. You missed because you aimed at all. Number 2. Why this feels so hard. Here's the trap most beginners fall into. Your brain wants control. When the clay appears, your mind immediately jumps in and says, "Wait, slow down, check the lead, make sure it's right, now shoot." That feels responsible. It feels smart. But in shotgun shooting, that instinct works against you. Clays don't pause for your thoughts. They don't care if you're ready. They keep moving smoothly and continuously while your brain is busy trying to calculate. And every extra thought creates hesitation. Even a tiny pause adds milliseconds. And milliseconds are the difference between a clean hit and a miss behind the target. This is why beginners often miss slow, easy clays more than fast ones. Fast targets force you to react. Slow targets tempt you to think. You start watching the barrel. You stop the gun for a split second. Your eyes disconnect from the target, and the shot goes exactly where the clay used to be. The frustrating part? You don't feel late. You feel careful. But careful turns into stiff. Stiff turns into hesitation. And hesitation destroys timing. Good shooting doesn't come from controlling the shot. It comes from trusting your eyes and letting the movement flow. When you try to aim a moving target, you're already behind it, and that's why this mistake is so hard to fix. Because your brain thinks it's helping, when it's actually the problem. Number 3. What good shooters do instead. Good shooters don't aim. And that's the part most beginners struggle to accept. Instead of trying to line things up, they commit to the target. Their eyes lock onto the clay the moment it appears. Not the barrel, not the bead, only the target. As their eyes stay glued to the clay, the gun naturally moves with it. There's no conscious effort to control the barrel, no checking position, no last-second adjustment. Then they pull the trigger, without hesitation, and without looking back. No measuring, no pausing, no second guessing. This isn't guesswork, it's trust. When your eyes lead, your brain automatically calculates speed, angle, and distance. You don't need to think about lead. Your body already knows it. The moment you try to aim, you interrupt that process. Your eyes slow down, the gun stalls, and the clay keeps moving. That's why good shooters look smooth and calm. They aren't rushing, they're just not stopping. By the time your brain wants to say, "Wait, check, now shoot," the shot should already be gone. That's the difference between chasing the clay and letting your eyes control the shot. And once you experience that feeling, shooting becomes simpler, faster, and far more consistent. Number 4. A simple fix you can try today. Try this on easy stations, the ones you know you should hit. Call for the clay. The moment you see it clearly, shoot. No hold. No checking the barrel. No just one more second if you hesitate even slightly. Restart the drill. This isn't about speed, it's about trust. Most beginners miss because their brain switches into control mode. It wants to double-check the lead, confirm the picture, and make sure everything feels perfect. But that tiny pause is enough to kill timing. Clays don't slow down for certainty. This drill forces your brain back into reaction mode, where good shooting actually happens. Your eyes lock onto the target, your body moves naturally with it, and the trigger break happens without a last-second decision. At first, this will feel uncomfortable. You might miss a few you normally wait on. That's normal. What you're training here isn't accuracy, it's flow. As soon as your eyes see the clay clearly, your shot should already be on the way. No thinking, no aiming, just connection. Do this drill regularly, especially on easy targets, because once you stop trying to aim, your timing cleans up, your confidence rises, and those easy misses start disappearing. That's how you stop aiming wrong and start shooting like you should. If you're aiming, you're already late. Stop trying to be precise. Start being connected to the target. Because 90% of beginners aim wrong. And now, you don't have to. If this helped, subscribe and comment below. Do you miss more from rushing or hesitation?